Good morning, y'all, or good afternoon. I'm sorry, not good morning. But I just want to come back on here and say that I've had a tough day today. I mean, I've cried every time I talk about Kyle Busch and seeing everything that's going on and hearing, all the comments and stuff, all the rude comments that people still make. I can't believe when somebody dies, somebody wants to be sick enough to make stupid jokes because somebody died that you didn't like. Doesn't make any fucking sense. All I'm saying is, y'all, man, the man passed. Kyle Busch is no longer with us. In spirit, yes. In the racing community, yeah. He's going to be with everybody from here on, no matter what. Kyle Busch will always be ingrained in my mind. And I won't forget it. Maybe I will when I get old, but not. Anyways, that has nothing to do with it. I just know that for me, I wasn't always a Kyle Busch fan. But I had to learn to grow to like him. Because my wife that's her driver. Kyle Busch is her driver. And we went to Bristol last year in the fall for the fall race, for that night race in September. I got pictures of it. I got a couple of pictures with Kyle because I'm not with Kyle, but Kyle was in front of me, yes. Because we and my wife, we bought those passes to stand in line for 2.5 hours for his autograph, right? So we stand in line for it in this beating down heat. And, when we got up there and when I saw him, because we were behind the trailer when he pulled up. And it's like the mob just wanted to surround him. And it's like, why, people? Just let the guy get to the trailer. He's going to sign autographs. He's under time. He's committed, to do this. And that's the biggest thing. It's that word there, commitment. It's the commitment you make as a race car driver. Am I going to do this for the rest of my life, or am I not? It's plain and simple, right? And it sounds simple. But me, I feel for Samantha, Braxton, and Lennox. If I said her name wrong, I'm sorry. I just can't believe that you hear that he's going in the hospital. He's going to be out for the Coke 600, okay? Maybe they'll figure it out, right? And I just say maybe. I didn't mean to say maybe. It's just maybe they'll figure it out. Okay, yes. They didn't. And I'm not blaming anybody, but, it sucks. Man's 41. He had a life full of life. He loved his wife. He loved his family. He loved his boy, man. He wanted to race with his boy, I guarantee you. He wanted to stay in NASCAR until his son got there. I guarantee you. If that would have happened, that would have been awesome. But what I know and what I've read, I know Richard Childress is never going to run the 8 again. At least for now. At least that's what they say, So we're going to go to the 33 number. And Austin Hill's going to drive the race for the Coke 600, which is awesome. But, I do feel for Richard Childress because of the Dale Earnhardt thing, too. I was at Daytona that day when Dale died, right there in turn 4. I was right at the fence in the infield that day. And when I saw Kenny Schrader go like this, I knew it was not good. And that outcome, it wasn't good either. It sucks. We lost a pioneer from NASCAR, and now we're going to lose another one. Or not going to, we did. We lost another one. I just wish sometimes God would make up his mind. Say, hey, you can be here for 80-something years. That's cool. Sorry, it's gut wrenching. I felt the same way when Ozzy Osbourne died too. I was just distraught. I guess it's kind of like Elvis Presley. I'm not comparing Kyle to Elvis Presley, but damn, if you didn't know his name, you didn't know racing. Sorry, Kyle. He should be still here. And he's not. All right, y'all. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace, Kyle Busch. You're in God's hands. You're okay, huh? God will take you and love you like his every child we are to him. So he's up there now with Biffle, Greg Biffle, and Alan Kowicki, and Kenny Irwin Jr., and Adam Petty, and Dale Earnhardt, Neil Bonnet. Those are a few that I can think of right off the hand that aren't with us no more. God. He had a career going, man. He did. Thank y'all. I'll check it again after I stop blubbering.